Satnam, Nirvana Singh here. And today, and for this month of September, and I'm actually really looking forward to this, we're going to practice a couple of Kriyas. This first Kriya, taught by Yogi Bhajan June 11th, 1998, is a Pranayama, and we're going to use that as a warm-up. It's called 3-stroke breath for health, energy, and balance, and builds radiance and builds a lot of energy. And you'll need that kind of energy actually to practice the second Kriya that we're going to do, which was taught in, March 15th, 1976. We'll call this Looking Glass meditation, Meditative Kriya. And that particular Kriya is wonderful. One of these very mystical, ancient Kriyas that creates a certain kind of feeling within you, and also is like just super kind of interesting to practice. And the idea of looking glass is that you're going to create an effect where your brain adjusts to a certain kind of visual reality that's beyond your current reality. Yogi Bhajan would say about this, you would see the unseen. And why is that important? Well, sometimes it's very kind of good to be aware that there are other dimensions of things around you, and sometimes you have a visual peek at some of these things that are happening in simultaneous time to this particular 3D reality. But even more than that, because I'm a very practical person, it's the idea is that there are oftentimes when you don't understand something, you're just not seeing everything. You're not employing, the subtle part of your nature so that you can penetrate beyond what's obvious to what is not so obvious, so that you can actually use your intuition to make the best decisions. So, the expressions that Yogi Bhajan loved to use, which I love too, know the unknown, see the unseen. And the way I look at this looking glass meditative Kriya is that it allows you and helps you to see what is not seen. And it uses mantras maybe that you haven't practiced before. Hariang, Sohung. Hariang, that creativity. Sohung, that you belong to it. And we're going to chant Hariang, Sohung 4 times. And then we're going to chant another mantra using those same words but in a different pattern. Hariang, Sohung, Sohung, Hariang. And we'll chant that 2 times on a breath. Hariang, H-A-R-I, and then A-N-G. Sohung, S-O-H-U-N-G. Hariang, Sohung. Does something very specific in when you pronounce them that really works with the hypothalamus, the upper glands, opens you up. And so to your creativity and to owning your own creativity in relation to the infinite part of yourself. All right, so really looking forward to this practice. I'm going to start them out with you and then keep good track of the time. And we'll do this first kind of pranayama as a warm-up for 3 to 5 minutes, and then I think we'll go a whole 5 minutes, and then we're going to practice each section of that looking glass meditative Kriya for 5 minutes each, but you can stretch it out. If you really like it, you can stretch out each one of those parts to 11 minutes each. All right, so let's tune in. Inhale deeply. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgare Namaha Jagadguru Namah, Satguru Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah, Adguru Namah, Jagadguru Namah, Satguru Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah, Adguru Namah, Jagadguru Namah, Satguru Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah. Inhale. And exhale. Relax the breath, relax your hands. All right, so for this pranayama, you're going to have a specific mudra. Left hand down, right hand clasping it, and you're going to hold this right at the heart center. And you're going to inhale through the mouth in 3 strokes. It's called 3-stroke breath. And exhale through the nose in 1 stroke. And each one of those strokes is going to take about 1 second each. On the inhale strokes through the mouth, you're going to just kind of gently squeeze your hands at the heart center. It's actually quite lovely for opening up the heart center. And then on the exhale through the nose, you keep the hands in the mudra, in the grip, but you don't squeeze. All right, so sit up tall, chest high, chin level, neck and neck lock, eyes closed, focused at the brow point. And now through the mouth, inhale, inhale, inhale. Through the nose, exhale. Continue. Keep that nice pace and really bring a tremendous amount of prana in and really energize the heart center as you feel that little squeeze, as though you're pumping energy, prana, into your heart center. Just really push through. Keep that pace going, about that 1 second each for each of the 3 inhales and the 1 exhale through the nose. If you feel yourself kind of filling up and spacing out a little bit, stick with it. Push through so that you can really energize yourself. One more minute. Stay steady. Keep up. Now, inhale deeply, and now squeeze the hands, and squeeze the entire body. Keep the breath held in, squeeze, 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 synchronize the entire body. Balance all the systems in the body. Now, through the mouth, cannon fire exhale. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath, squeeze the hands, squeeze the entire body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Stay a strong neck lock. Cannon fire exhale. Now, last time. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath and just stay steady without squeezing. Stay in that in-between shunya space. And cannon fire exhale. And just relax the hands down. Just rest a moment. Feel what you've done. Stay in that meditative, expanded energy space. Okay, good. Now, inhale and exhale. We did that 5 minutes. You can stretch it out and do it 15 minutes. So, this next one takes a very specific mudra, and I'll do my best to show it to you. You're going to have these fingertips together like this, and you're going to have the edges of the hands together, but there's going to be a little space around the mercury fingers, the little fingers. And the thumbs are going to be parallel to each other, and they're right kind of touching the first joint of the index finger, right? The Jupiter finger. But then you can see that there's a little space here too. And so what you're going to do is you're going to match the space between the thumbs and the space between the little fingers. And that's your lens to see the unseen. Eye of God lens, through the looking glass lens. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hold this up at eye height, and you're going to gaze through that spot, through those two holes. Right? You can kind of see them, see the thumb part for me here. And then we're going to chant that mantra, Hariang, Sohung, and we'll do it 4 times on a breath. All right? So, and then after a bit, I'll say inhale, exhale, and then we'll chant Hariang, 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 Sohung, Sohung, Hariang, Hariang, Sohung, Sohung, Hariang, twice on a breath. All right, so I'll guide you through it. All right, so bring the hands up, fix your gaze, gaze through, and keep the eyes open, and fix your gaze. And now inhale deeply. Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung. Inhale. Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung. Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung. Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung, Hariang Sohung. Keep going. Hariang Sohung, 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 Hariang Sohung. Now we'll switch the mantra, keep the hands in position. Hariang Sohung, Sohung, Hariang, 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 Hariang, 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 Sohung, Sohung, Hariang. Inhale deeply. Hold the position, fix the gaze. exhale, relax the hands down. Close the eyes, focus at the brow point. Stay very still, enjoy it. Go into that still, beautiful state of shunya. And now inhale deeply. Go ahead and stretch the arms up and shake the hands. And exhale, keep shaking. And inhale, stretch up, fingers wide. Exhale, relax the arms down. Oh, what an amazing Kriya. So what we did was 5 minutes of that pranayama for health and radiance. You can extend that to 15 minutes. The second, the Kriya that we did through the looking glass to see the unseen, we did for 5.5 minutes for each part for a total of 11 minutes. Those you can extend out on your own for 11 minutes for each part for 22 minutes if you'd like to. So to really get the subtle body going so that you can see the unseen, so that you can really understand in a global way everything that's around you, everything that's happening to you, your entire environment, so you can act from your higher self and your intuition. With health and radiance, go ahead and practice this Kriya. I'm going to enjoy practicing it with you. So let's finish with the sunshine song. Inhale. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sat Nam. O Divine Mother, O the angels that look out for us every day and always, whether we're waking and sleeping, bless us with peace and prosperity, tranquility, and that ability to relate to our own higher selves, our own soul, and to see that in everyone we meet. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Thank you.